Oh, new one. Here, you open it.
All right, let's wait for Jalen. Okay, ready?
I'm right here.
Okay, ready to get your pog face?
Nice. I'll be taking that.
Whoa, I'll take that.
All right, let's go over to this bin over
Yeah,
here.
let's go. Let's go.
Get the red one. Wait!
It's open, guys.
Stop! Stop!
Wait, oh, it's slow.
Wait, how long is it taking?
They said it takes longer.
Yeah. Does it open slowly too? Because good God.
What's the ETA on this bad boy?
It's open. I got it.
It's like 10 seconds. Oh, nice. Oh, man, I love it.
Slow down.
Hey guys, I was invited to play Season 22 Shockwave a little bit early. Shout out to EA for the invitation. And there are a lot of big changes. Oh, okay. Thanks for the follow during the recording. God dang it. There's a lot of big changes coming to Apex. And I'm just going to outline them in this video. There's roughly like 10 big ones that I wanted to go through. So we're going to burn through the list. There's a big anti-cheat update coming to Apex. They're putting a lot of effort into not only the anti-cheat, but also into communicating the success and the efforts that are going into anti-cheats. That was a shortcoming that they noticed, was not only was the anti-cheat lagging behind, but also their communication to the community without giving too much away to the cheaters. They're going to be talking a lot more about anti-cheat and putting more effort into that. And there's also going to be a lot more effort going into game stability. So I guess you could think of the season as a quality of life season, even though we're getting a new map and a lot of new changes. Game stability and anti-cheat are a really big effort this season. But going into actual gameplay, I think one of the most exciting and cool, weird things this season is the Akimbo pistols. This is the P2020s and the Mozambiques. You can hold 2 of them now. You can no longer ADS, but you have a Titan Hipfire if you try to ADS. And the weapons are automatic when you are running them Akimbo. The attachments are mirrored, so you only have to find one attachment for both guns. And they both take hammer points, so they just absolutely fry when they're at their strongest. So I think that the Akimbo pistols is going to be super fun, and I think possibly meta-defining, as they are kind of like SMGs more similarly now. So they're, I don't know, it's cool that they just have a power spike for these weaker weapons. Obviously, E District is the new map that we're getting. It's a vertical maze. I feel like it's obviously the most vertical map that we have, but I'm wondering what the meta is going to be like in that map. I feel like defense might do well if they like get on the top of a building and are looking down on everyone. I think movement is going to be very strong like usual. Horizon, Pathfinder, Revenant. They're going to have a fun time bouncing around. Overall, it's a really cool map. It feels really big. Feels like I was getting lost in it. Revival is a new mechanic. I don't know if they're adding this temporarily or permanently, but this is something that I've wanted for a while. Basically, when you die, full dead, a timer starts, and you will just return to the game once that timer starts. Every time you die, more time gets added to the timer. But that way, I think it's going to incentivize people in pubs not to leave. I think it's going to make 20 bombs and 4Ks a little bit more easier. I think it's going to make pubs more exciting. I think pubs has just needed to be different than ranked for a while because it feels too punishing when you die. And it made the games last longer. So hopefully we have stronger end games in the pubs. Yeah, it really changes up the combat loop. So the revival system is coming this season. There's new battle senses. So for every single character, you can see the enemy health bars, you can see the enemy shields. This is all when you do damage. Enemies are highlighted when you're looking at them. So kind of like when Maggie does damage, there's like that red outline. Everybody just has that. So it makes it a lot easier to acquire targets, to know how much damage you've done, how much more damage you need to do. And the death boxes have a new layout as well to make it just a little bit easier to go through the death boxes and find the things that are most important to you. Loot bins reset halfway through the game, so you get double loot, so you should be not having problems with attachments. There should be lots of ammo attachments, so just a full loot bin reset. They just close and they're full of all new stuff. And there's 2 new loot bins. You got a gold one and you got a mythic one, and these are just around the map. I think there's like 2 gold ones and then 1 mythic one per map, with heirloom tier weapons inside the mythic one. So that's like a crazy power spike. That might be a little bit busted. Probably don't see that in ranked or in pro play because that would just be too much. But it should be really fun for pubs. And then there's an LMG buff, which is really cool. They're not touching the damage yet, but the LMGs, they have a shield gen hop up that can soak up 40 damage, kind of like a Gibby shield. Whereas Gibraltar, it gets added to his already existing arm shield. So Gibraltar gets a super tanky arm shield again, which is really cool. I like the LMGs and giving some love, but not just like straight up damage buff. Shotguns are getting a little bit of a change up, most likely a buff. They have less pellets. They have less pellets in the shotguns, and the pellets do more damage. And they messed with the spray pattern of the pellets a little bit. Havoc finally has a hip fire nerf to bring it more in line with the other ARs. Hemlock has a damage nerf to make it a little bit less strong. The ammo stacks change per weapon. Some stay the same, some are less. Like light and energy, I think, are a little bit less for what you can carry. Here's the big one. You've probably seen it linked by now, but I got to play it a little bit. Aim assist on PC is lowered by 25%, which brings it from 0.4 to 0.3. That you can think of it on a sliding scale. And aim flinch has been removed. So the leak said that aim flinch was added or exaggerated for controller. That's just a lie. They got that wrong. Aim flinch is removed. It's the craziest thing. But finally, you're not going to like completely flinch off your target just because they shot you first. So that it feels really weird and it feels good. I think it's way more competitive, and I think a little bit of help for M&K players who I think suffer aim flinch a little bit more. But aim assist still feels very strong, and the only time you're getting zone flinch is, or you're getting aim punch is when you're in the zone. So you're getting that zone flinch still. And also, here's a little side thing. I don't think I got any footage of this, but you can now double climb without both of you falling off the wall. So praise be the devs for fixing that quality of life thing. And then here's finally, here's some legend changes. Controllers have zone overcharge. They have plus 25 shield well in zone, which is just a nice little buff that controllers get, because sometimes it feels like defense doesn't get a whole lot of love. And if you have any placements, deployables, caustic, Watson, Rampart, you can pick up your deployables from farther away. You don't have to be next to them. So if you just place that, if you build your little home, build your little nest, and then you want to change buildings really quick, you could run into the building and pick up everything really quickly from that other building, from like through the walls far away. It's very cool. The final little cool thing that they added, and there's obviously going to be a lot more in the patch notes, but Bot Royale is really nice for practicing. If you feel like you're just god awful at the game, you can hop into Bot Royale and actually just like rep out some games against actual AI on a smaller map, which is really cool. Let me just say, this will be the last and the coolest thing, in my opinion, is in a nod to the Reddit copy pasta. Crypto is getting a perk called Off the Grid, where he is full invisible while in drone. You can not see Crypto at all. He is finally off the grid. That's season 22. Shout out to EA for inviting me. Shockwave is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Peace.